ridiculous, but it's like
I gotta look that
you
up.
really think about it, like
I'm at a computer. I'm looking it up. Shittens. Although I'm a little afraid of what's gonna come up. It's gonna be like some weird ass like German porn or some shit. Oh my god.
yeah, see,
Yeah, no, I see. Holy crap. What's the matter? TP not good enough?
apparently not anymore.
Man. Hey, okay, so like that's good for one wipe. Then what do? You get another shitten?
Yeah, I'm assuming, but
It's kind of a waste of shittens. You get 20 for dude, 20 for $30. That's fucking expensive.
now think about this though. Somebody had that idea.
That's
Somebody told that idea to another person with money, and that person with money was just like, you know what? I've always
brilliant.
wanted to wear a fucking mitten when I'm wiping my ass. Kudos to you.
Uh,
Absolutely, I'll fund this.
it makes texting on the toilet a lot more interesting too.
Jesus Christ, on it. Like,
But yeah, like that's such a good point. Like someone was like, you know what's missing in the world? Something I can put on my hand when I take a shit. I really need that.
and it's like, well, okay, we have these other options. Like, number one, we have toilet paper. Number two, we have moist flushable wipes. You know,
I
number
mean, at that cost, it's probably less expensive to just wrap your hands in toilet paper and make your own shitting.
yeah,
You know,
it really
like
is. Like the what Japan I think is doing is they essentially have um like they have like these little like fountains that shoot water into your ass to clean it up, and then
yeah,
they kind of like
bidets.
blast like warm water onto it to dry it off. And I'm like, that's fucking badass. Like if I ever like win like fucking Powerball, like yeah, I'm getting one of those fucking toilets.
They're popular in Europe too. They're called bidets. I've heard of those things.
Yeah, think that too,
But
but like
I'd be a little afraid of like I don't know like that seems it sketches me out honestly
yeah,
because
man,
I don't know how I'd react to water suddenly being shot up my asshole.
I'm sure
Especially
you
the
would
like
get
the first time or first few times. Can you just imagine what your reaction would be like? Whoa! You
well,
know, like
yeah, but I would also imagine that like after the first 20 times you would kind of get used to it. And I mean the
maybe.
bidet like a bidet just washes your ass. It doesn't like fucking dry it though, right?
That's true. That's true. It doesn't have that drying element to it.
Yeah.
Although, man, that makes me want to go back to North Station and like see some guy making his own like version of that, where like he's spraying water up his ass and then he uses one of those hand air the air dryer things, the blower things. He's just like hovering his ass underneath it to dry it off or
He's just
something.
doing like a handstand underneath it,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
he's just looking at him like he's like, "Hey, what? You know a better way to dry your taint, you bastard?
You fucking predator.
Go Pats!"
Oh man.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm sure you were absolutely pleased with the results of the game.
Yeah.
Yuck, yuck.
Uh,
I didn't watch it because I don't really give a shit about football, but
God damn it! I wish I were more like you.
I don't give a shit about most sports, and it gets harder and harder as years go on and the sports change. Like even baseball, I mean, it's still more or less the same sport, but I feel like the games just go on so much longer than they used to. In hockey, they've changed so many rules that it doesn't even resemble the sport that was in like the '90s and shit. That's like it's almost not even the same thing.
Yeah, but like with like hockey and football and whatnot, when they institute like new rules, so like people don't get fucking hurt. Like, all right, I got you.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true. That I mean, but the whole thing with like the thing behind the neck, I mean, that was definitely all about Brodeur.
that was definitely a Marty Brodeur targeted fucking rule. Like,
And that's just stupid. Like the guy has skill. If he's able to do it and nobody else is, well, that's their fucking problem.
yeah, it's like, well, teach your goalie how to fucking handle a puck.
Right. Like why does he have to whatever? It's stupid. And that's what I mean. Like you said, if it's for safety or something like that, okay, fine. Like everybody has to wear helmets, I can totally support that. That's not like a drastic rule change, but I mean like rules that change the game, like how baseball has like the replay and shit now. Like nah, fucking get rid. Come on. I mean, the one thing I do support in baseball, I don't know if they've implemented it yet, but like the whole like timing. I think they were supposed to implement like a clock or something so that pitches can't take too long or something like
Yeah,
that.
like they have it. If you go to McCoy Stadium, they have like a clock in like the outfield and I think behind home plate. So basically, everybody sees is like you have. I think it's like 30 seconds from when you release a pitch to throw your next pitch, unless the ball's in play.
Okay, see that I can kind of get behind because it feels like a lot of times pitchers are just standing on the mound and it's just like, dude, throw the fucking ball.
Yeah, but I
Although I realize I sound a bit hypocritical because it's like, well, that's a big change to the rules of the game. It has nothing to do with safety, but at the same time, like I don't want to be sitting there for 3, 4, 5 hours watching a game that should really only take like 2.
I mean that too, but it's also like part of it is like the commercial breaks for fucking baseball games. But like if you even go to a baseball game, there's no like if you go to like a live game, like let's say you go to fucking Fenway Park, there's no like commercial timeouts. But like once an inning's over, the team goes out, warms back up again for fielding. The pitcher throws a couple warm up pitches and whatnot. So that takes a little bit of time too. Like anytime there's a foul ball, it's like okay, well now we gotta wait 5 fucking minutes for the pitcher to reset.
Yeah. How do you feel about like the multiple foul? I mean, I don't think it happens all that much, but like when you see a hitter hit like a ridiculous amount of foul balls, do you think that at some point it should be called a strike?
No, because that was the original rule. It was like if you had 2 strikes and you hit a foul ball, it didn't matter if like somebody caught it or not. It was just that's it, strike 3, you're done.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with. But the instant replay rule, I'm okay with that as well. With the exception of like, somebody with like somebody working at like Major League Baseball's like headquarters or something like that. If they they're getting like a live broadcast of the feed or whatever the fuck it is, and they see like, hey, this ball actually hit the ground, the guy didn't catch it. That's a fair ball. That could change the outcome of game. Like there was a guy, I think he was on Detroit, I want to say a couple of years ago. Dude legitimately had a perfect fucking game going. Batter hits the fucking ball, they throw it over to first, they get him just by like a full step. They get this guy. He was called safe. And that guy was cost a fucking perfect game.
That sucks.
And it's like, guys, what the fuck? Are you really gonna like? Can we just like go to the fucking replay for this? Like seriously, just call him out.
Yeah, see, I'm of 2 minds about it because honestly, I kind of like that kind of nuance where like, man, it would have been a perfect game if not for like it kind of, I don't know, it adds a little character to it, but at the same time, yeah, that's a pretty strong kick in the dick. So yeah, I don't know, I could totally see both sides of that, honestly.
Yeah, because like, and you look at this too, like I don't think that guy ever did like anything else as far as like Major League Baseball, like as far as like pitching in like the World Series or anything like that. Like that was like the one moment, and like. If you're a professional athlete, you have to get every fucking moment that you can because this shit could end tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
So, the fact that was robbed from him, yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
So I'm okay with instant replays.
You make a strong case. You make a strong case, sir.
And not only that, but like I want to see them like do an instant replay on like fucking penalties on the field. Because like they're able to fucking do this, and it's like, okay, it makes football longer. Like, you don't want a fucking longer football game? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, football's fucking awesome.
Don't they already use replays in football?
They do use instant replay in football, but they don't do it for penalties.
That's weird.
They do it for scoring plays, and they do it for to determine if something is a catch or not. Pretty much. That's weird. You would think that if you use replay, you use it kind of universally. Yeah, but I mean, you saw the play with the Saints and the Rams, right?
No.
Okay. So I'll give you the scenario. You tell me what the fucking call is.
I'll try.
Okay. Saints receiver's going out. Drew Brees throws a fucking pass to him. Rams receiver doesn't look at the ball, just looks at the guy, shoves him away before the ball even gets to him. What do you call that?
I would call that a penalty.
Yeah, exactly. That's pass interference. Like if the guy were like, if the Rams receiver were like looking at the ball and actively trying to go at the ball, that's fine.
Yeah, but it's like checking a guy who doesn't have the puck.
Well, no, it's yeah, kind of like that in a sense, but like it's more like, look, this guy, could make this catch, but like you shoved him the fuck away. He's not able to do that because you interfered with him.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Like you're not trying to break up the play, you're just being a dick. The refs are just like, no, there's no penalty on that. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's definitely bullshit. Was there any like kind of funky shit like that going on? I know the Super Bowl, this past one was like really low scoring. It was what, like 13-3 or something like that?
13-3, yeah.
Was there any like bullshit like that happened, or was it pretty straightforward?
There was like a bullshit call or two every now and then, but like it was just like I don't think anybody gave a shit. They were just like, what the fuck? They need to score more. What the hell's going on? This game sucks. And then the fucking halftime show came around, and fucking everybody kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't watch that either, but I heard that was very forgettable.
I watched it. I was just like, good Christ, where's the stairs? I'm gonna throw myself down them.
It was what, Maroon 5 or some shit?
Fucking Maroon 5.
Of all people.
And
like are they even still relevant? Like they weren't relevant back in like 5 years ago, dude.
Yeah, like I guess because Adam Levine is like a judge on one of those like singing talent shows or whatnot, and they're just like, oh, he can appeal to a mass audience. Like, no, he can't.
No, he's a fucking judge. That's how he appeals, is as the judge role on this show. If you're gonna put him up there and have him judge singers, maybe you make a point, but
yeah,
that's a shitty halftime show.
No, I will say the one good thing that came from it was they said the $500,000 that they got for performing at the halftime show is going to be donated to charity. So I'm like, all right, you know what? That's at least some good that came out of it, but still.
Yeah, that's cool. I did hear Joe Rogan giving him shit because like he took off his shirt and he's like, look at this motherfucker taking off his shirt. He's around like beasts. These guys were like, 6'7", 290 pounds, and here's this skinny motherfucker getting up there taking off his shirt. Like, who is he impressing? Plus, most of the audience is male. Like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
I was like, I love you, Joe. Like, I kind of love Joe, but also not. I mean, I could take him or leave him sometimes.
Yeah.
He's a little too, like, macho for me. Like, I'm not that kind of guy where I'm like, oh, yeah, fucking guns and, killing deer and shit. Oh, yeah, fucking cars. Like, that's not me at all. So I don't, and MMA, like, I don't relate to any of that stuff that Joe talks about. But you got to give him credit where credit's due. He is probably the best interviewer of our time. Like he gets information out of people that most interviewers probably wouldn't.
Yeah, like I would say, you know what, man? Yeah, if there were like a top 5 of like best interviewers, yeah, I would put him in there.
Larry King's up there, but I mean Joe. I mean, if not number 1, I would say Larry King. But like Joe is definitely in top 5 for sure. Because I mean, look at all the different kinds of guests he has. He has like MMA guys. He had Elon Musk. He has science guys. Like he's had all these different kinds of people. And for the most part, he has really engaging and intelligent conversations with them. And it's like that takes skill, as you know, because I mean we've worked a little bit in media. You know what it takes to interview people. You have to have a good back and forth. It can't just be like, all right, question 1. Answer. Okay, question 2. Answer. Okay, question 3. Like there has to be flow, and he's really good at it.
Yeah, and it's like the best way for an interview to sound is that it's just like a natural conversation, like you and I are having. It can't be like what did you do here? What did you do there? What did you do this? What did this? Remember, don't be like Chris Farley. Like, hey, you remember when you did this? That was awesome. Like, I get kind of gushing a little bit. It's, I get it, but not something you should do.
Right. Rein it in a little. Exactly. And I mean, he does like quote unquote gush a little bit. Like he'll let someone know if he's a fan or something, but he won't like completely verbally suck their dick.
No. Like there have been a couple of interviews that I've heard. I haven't heard too many of them. Like the one that he did with this guy. What the hell was his name? Ron Miscavige.
Oh yeah, the father there of the leader of Scientology, right?
Yeah, like that was a damn good interview. Like that one I really dug. That one with the one that he did with Leah Remini was really good.
I never saw those.
Steven Tyler was really good.
That one was good, but Steven came off very strange to me.
Dude, that's Steven. Like at this point,
I know, but like I was like, wow, this dude is like a fucking alien.
Dude, have you not read his book?
No.
I was talking with if I say the name Carter Allen, you know who I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah. I
was talking with him about it. I was just like, dude, I've read a couple of chapters of his book. He's like, yeah, what do you think? It was like, dude, it's like mental pinball trying to keep up with him. He's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
It's probably all the drugs over the years probably just totally fucked him up.
Yeah, it's like he'll go off on one thing and then just like branch off into like 5 different things and try to bring it back together and then just go off on something else. It's like, well, what the fucking...
You're like, what just happened? Did I shit myself?
Yeah, like my brain just shit its pants.
Could you hold, please? I just shit myself.
But yeah, there's a bunch of really good like podcasts. If you go out and look for them, man, like they're out there.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I definitely listen to not a fair few. I shouldn't say that. That's not really accurate. But I check out Joe's whenever, especially when the guest is like really interesting to me. I checked out his